Now, I've been discussing this topic for a while. This will be an express video. We're going to be discussing why some, not all, Muslims aren't victims. We can also say why many Muslims are responsible for the persecution and deaths of other Muslims. I am not a Muslim. I have Muslim family that threw me away at the same time, or right around the time that my white family was throwing me away. So they threw me away before you threw me away for not bearing my gnosis about the 9/11 Truth Movement when Alex Jones changed and Trump came around. Y'all were my buddies for years. Then I chose to not get on board these strangers that came out of nowhere to say they would be the saviors, and went, you know what? And so I have literally bared my soul to you, and you can't even like the fucking video. It's amazing. Why Muslims aren't victims, and why I can't do anything to save them because I'm not Superman. Okay. Muslims, the most critical thing that I have to say about Muslims that isn't based in racism or xenophobia is the following. Muslims, correct me if I'm wrong and prove me wrong, are light years more, and foreigners, cold-hearted to aspects of their own genealogy that are outside of their immediate DNA, that are mixed race, that choose to go their own way and buck tradition in the various ways in which that can be done. And it's almost as if you're coming under attack from jinn or demons that hang around certain bloodlines that have been around for a long time. Like I know about Maz bin Jabal, but what about before him? What about others? What about the Nagels? What about the Lewises? We can look up the Lewis line and we can get an idea of where that goes. Nagel, a little bit more mysterious, more Germanic, Austrian. Seems a little less spiritual, actually, for the least of the spiritual of bloodlines, the Nagels. Whereas the Lewis and Ansary, there's some interesting stuff there. Unless, of course, you're Clyde Lewis. Then, you're taken over by the voices in the head. And you think Ansary is a douchebag for asserting his value and trying to heal the past. Damn you, Ansary. You sure got a hard on for me. You're going to describe a physically erect penis that spurts sperm because I'm trying to talk to you like a man. You're going to talk to me like we're on a porn set. Fuck you, Clyde Lewis. Fuck you. And every single disease in your body is your fucking fault. You don't praise Jesus Christ on your program at all, but you act like you're some biblical person. You do quote the Quran, but you hate Muslims, and you fucking lie and say immigrants are coming to kick out Americans. So Muslims, however, they're facing a dark day. Some of them aren't victims because they did not try to assert their own value. Now, I never said fight back on coast to coast. I said stand up for yourself. And that goes for everybody. And they cut me off on coast to coast. You think George Norrie is ever going to talk to me again? You think Lisa Lyons is ever going to talk to me again? You think any of them ever reply to the email that I sent? They all have like a pact. Don't talk to that guy. He's unstable. And yet they were all like egging me on to get my money back on the cell phone. Like, yeah, you better get your money back, bro. You should have been ready to do it for Zoom. Be a fucking professional. Y'all are geriatrics up in coast to coast. Like, most of you are ready to get help pooping at this point. Who the fuck's responsible for this shit? Who would blame Clyde Lewis for going, what the fuck is going on over there at coast to coast? Like, seriously, dude, I had weird-ass dreams about George Norrie being a fucking cyborg, going, yeah, tell us another one. What's a solar flare? Like, I'm sorry, what? Not the same energy. I wish I can go back to that 2019 interview and do it again. Jack, before whatever happened to him. Gonna go back, Jack? Do it again. Wheel turning round and round. And round and round and round and round and round and It would be nice to be at the club tonight with some Molly, with some beers, with some ladies, with some friends, and be talking at the bar like they want me there. I want to go downtown and speak. And when I'm going and I'm leaving the Walmart parking lot today, and I've got the megaphone on, and I'm telling them, get your food and water, prepare for great destruction. Islam isn't after you, but China and Russia are. And everybody's like, shh, and I can hear hissing and screaming. Like literally, there are people that start breaking down and do the exorcist thing, like you're in the parking lot. Oh, how dare you try to warn us down here? And then there's like a crowd of black kids, and the black kids are like, oh my God, what is that? It's like everywhere I go, I see, whether it be white, black, Indian, it doesn't matter. They're nothing but animals to me, screwing around with their penises and vagina and breasts hanging out. Although I don't see much breasts hanging out, but now that it's spring and solar maximum, the solar flares are rising. They don't know shit about the solar flares. The women are prancing around looking for a partner, going, oh, look at that, oh, look at me, you know. And the men are looking around, they're going to town, they're feeling that stiffy in the middle of the night. Clyde Lewis is thinking about penises and hard-ons. You really got a hard-on for me, bro. Take that dirty language. You, Keith Davis, okay, Mike Blue Hair, Amen, if you got an attitude with me, Amen, remember that? You get up, talk to this shit to me on the phone. Do you got a problem with me? Do you got a problem with me is the question. Do you got a problem with me? Because if you got a problem with me, how about stop talking to me? Don't talk to me. Don't send me a letter. Don't act like you like me. Get the fuck out of my life. Okay? Because, yeah, I got the spirit of revival in me. I don't care what y'all think about talking to the dead. Y'all want to say this stuff about don't talk to the dead. Don't do divination. Don't do this. What have you done with your fucking life with not talking to the dead to fix shit? Because your people do talk to the dead. Your people go to graveyards. Fuckers, I don't go to graveyards. I have the right to talk to my grandma right now and hear her grievances. I have the right to tell the grievances of the friend of the Amen who never gave me a chance, who's around me too. I have a right to tell him what's up. I have the right to tell my grandpa what's up. I have a fucking right to talk to the dead. And so do you. And so do you. People want to act like they're righteous and shit. Act righteous and shit and expose something about something happening in this world. If you can't do that, you're LARPing. And if LARPing is just a far-right term, I will never use LARPing again. But see, I become infected by the language, influenced by the language, and the energy and the donations of the people. And if the energy is judgmental, I know it, and I feel it. And me no bueno, me no happy. I want people to send me positive thoughts and cheer me on. You should be cheering me on the way you cheer on Mike Tyson in the ring. You understand what I'm saying, boy? You want to sit there and cheer on Alex Jones? You want to sit there, cheer on Clyde Lewis, and cheer on a football team? My father wants to sit there and cheer on a football team when football in the NFL does not represent any equality of the ethnicities and heritages. So I'm going to cancel the meditation for tomorrow. I may go live if I'm really feeling the energy. But I'm going to assume trying to wake you up when you're not ready to wake up is probably something to walk away from.